Welcome back to We've All Got Dead People. I'm Amy.
And I'm Bunny. Yeah.
We said that the wrong way around. Let's begin. Right, so we were looking at themes, but I think we're just going to delve back into it because we keep leaving quite a decent time block between episodes and just a lot is happening, which is kind of reflective of just like grief, and this feels more organic. So anyway, right, you want to hit me with a little life update? Give me the headlines.
I'm trying to think what we last sort of spoke about. I feel like it was probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
On a more like life note, I mean, I've just been trying to deal with like uni and deadlines and balancing that with just everything that's going on grief wise. I don't even know. I don't know where to begin. I think last time I spoke about it, I was really angry. I'd say I'm definitely angry still, but less. I'm more just kind of, I don't know, depression and numb. There's not really a lot going on.
I wouldn't say you're depression. Well, I'm not speaking for her, but no, you've been so busy. I don't think you've had to, as in like that's why numbed out in the sense that you've just been like going through the motions of work and everything.
Yeah, just distracted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel like, do you want to give us a little bit about your project because it's super cool and interesting?
Yeah, so at the minute I'm doing, like, I can't really explain it. I was kind of unsure about what I wanted to do, and then I was like, oh, I'll just make it about my current situation again. So I'm going to make a life-size sculpture of myself, like a soft sculpture, and then I'm going to, over time, beat it up when I'm having, like, a bad day and stuff, and then just record and document the whole entire process.
Yeah. How are you finding, I guess, how are your lecturers with it? I was going to say, like, are they aware of it? Are they giving you time?
I don't think they're aware of it, no. So last year my lecturer was really, really helpful, but that's because she went through the exact same thing. But I feel like that information hasn't been passed on, or it has, and they just don't give a shit. But probably because one of their team members has died of cancer recently.
Oh, yeah.
So I just think they're probably focusing on that, which is fair enough. But, like, equally, there are so many students I don't think I would stand out, but I feel like I should drop it in the next tutorial that I have to be like, oh, don't you remember that I'm the student with a dead mom?
Yeah.
Like, please be kind to me. But...
Well, not like that. I just, if you needed help, it would be good to know it's there. But I don't think, honestly, from my perspective, you just seem very focused and on it.
I mean, I'm somehow getting first.
You're getting first, which is crazy because she wasn't last year. So the fact that you've improved with this as well. And I just feel like the lecturers sound like they're on your side in the sense of, like, they're understanding her work.
Yeah.
Her work, your work.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'm really trying.
Keep
I'm
killing
really
it,
trying.
It's pretty cool.
How about you? You alright? Your life updates?
Where do I begin?
Yep.
So the last episode was where we were both just really low energy and really do you remember I kept being like, oh, this is really depressing, but then I was like, no, actually, like, it needs to be representative of where we're at, and I'm really glad it was like that because it hasn't been as easy and clean cut as when when we first started. I really thought this is going to be super proactive, like, yeah, fuck grief, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually really glad it's turning out this way. Basically, where am I at with stuff? So my relationship ended. I'm not really sure how much I want to comment on it.
Yeah.
Other than...
It's very fresh.
Yeah, it's very fresh. It was like I guess it's worth saying, he initiated it. But then as we had the conversation, it definitely became more of a mutual thing. It was really painful at the time because, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. But yeah, I think what it boiled down to, and I'm sharing this from not airing dirty laundry, but I just think it's, if it's helpful to someone, so be it. The crux of it, why it ended at this time, because we were only like 3 or 4 months in, was that my loads of things. One was that maybe I wasn't being as like attentive to him as I could have been, in terms of like putting an effort into the relationship. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, like, it's a really big task to be with someone who's grieving, and the guy I was with did an amazing job, and I'm so thankful for that. But at the end of the day, like, I wasn't done grieving, and I think as much as he was like, no, like, you're allowed to grieve, me being sad all the time was just really hard. And, you know, that was the decision we made, to end it and still hopefully be friends in the future. But yeah, we'll see, because that's tricky. But yeah, on one hand, I'm like, that's completely reasonable. On the other, I was like, no, like, I am so allowed to grieve on my own terms. And, like, calling that out at that time has helped me with, like, everything else, because work had, I can say it now. So I've just resigned from my job. My last day was this week. And yeah, I'm feeling really good about it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've wanted to leave for a while, but it just naturally, I had a review, like the one you'd have every couple months, and they were like, yeah, I just don't know how much to say into this.
Yeah, I don't. Again, very fresh.
I don't know, because there's like, you know, potentially, I'm not going to badmouth where I worked. Other than, I basically had a big meeting in November, and Mum had died in July, and I was just told that I'd lost my spark. And then the conversation kind of went that kind of way, which it's fun, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, no surprise that you lost your spark.
Yeah.
Your mum just died.
Exactly. And it's, you know, we can say separate the two, but anyone that's lost someone knows that's not.
Yeah.
Your, like, makeup, your biology, it almost feels like is just different. Your thought process is like to separate. Anyway, so effectively when my relationship was ending, because I was sad, it kind of, you know, and like the fun bit had gone from our relationship. Like, we'd gone through it. They say after 3 months, you know, that's the what do they call it, honeymoon period is over. So it completely was that. So it felt like what work had said was justified in the relationship also losing its spark, I guess. Having said that, you know, we're like a couple weeks down the line and I feel great. It's really funny because I thought, sorry, I'm going off on one here, but it's fine. I'll get my bit out of
my... it's a lot.
It's a lot. In the beginning, it was really hard. The first week was horrible. The first weekend was awful. But I just thought, like, I really relied on this guy a lot for emotional support. And I was like, when this gets taken away, what the fuck do I do? Because also, historically, I've always been someone who's been in long-term relationships. Having said that, though, like, the last time I did have a year and a half where I was single, but I was really heavily dating, and I didn't realise that being on apps effectively is like being in a relationship, because you're speaking to enough people on a semi-regular basis that it kind of substitutes someone you'd be texting. Also, as I've said before, like, strangers kind of really enjoyed me talking about grief stuff from like a, wow, like, she's not like other girls vibe. Anyway, but like, yeah, so although I've been single before, I really this time have been like, I'm going to try and just tough it out. And it's been really hard, but I've just learned, I'm trying to reach out. Again, we said last time I wasn't reaching out to friends. I'm really trying to lean on friends more. Anyway, we're a couple weeks down the line and I feel so much better because I feel completely in control of my life for the first time in
I feel like, as you've said, you have been in a lot of, well, not a lot, but like you've been in long-term relationships. So I think it is important that during this time you learn to depend on you and become just more, I don't know, just accepting that yourself, like, you are your own homebody. Like, you've got to, you're the stability in your life. You've got to make yourself your own stability and your person that you can trust. And I'm saying all of this whilst being in a relationship and depending on Dimitri 24/7. But
no, this is the difference. Bunny and Dimitri support each other in just like an amazing way, but it's still fun and you're both creative.
Yeah.
With mine, I was somehow being self-indulged and, you know, I felt more creative recently. I want to just like paint and draw and just do projects. but being with the person wasn't their fault at all. It was just how I was with them. I was talking about all this stuff, just constantly worrying around my brain. Like, the guy was literally like, it's exhausting just like watching you tire yourself out with just like all of the expectations you're setting. But now, because it's all at my own pace and I'm in control, like, I feel like I can just like explore now and just like, it's just taking the pressure off in so many ways. And also, like, weirdly, now that I've not got the pressure of like, you shouldn't be depressed, I feel way less depressed. Even when we were breaking up, I knew, I was like, this is going to be the thing that actually makes me fix myself, which is unfortunate for him. But anyway, just really enjoying being single right now. Oh, you and Dimitri.
No, honestly, I want to keep talking about you, because I just think, I don't know, I think it's just really important to kind of learn this in a way, because I just feel like growing up, I obviously was never in a relationship, so I was kind of forced to be more independent. Whereas you didn't have that. You were definitely way more reliant. Like, you relied on a lot of people growing up. Yeah. But that was just given. So I feel like it's funny because now the roles have reversed. So I don't know if this is like mum's funny way of being like, be independent. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong. Oh my God. You know? Also, because thinking about the years that Bunny spent in sixth form, toughing out being depressed. Yeah. You're right. Like, you'd already, because she's established that. And this is why you're doing good at your work now. And everything else is working. True. Because you've already toughed it out. Yeah. So I'm now toughing it out. And it feels
but then equally I'm saying all of this, but like, I need people to be with me to be like, do your fucking work. No, but I can do it.
You have good balance though. Like, you do rely on your friends. I would say, you rely on Dimitri a lot, but also
I just think friends are so important. Yeah. I really don't know what I'd do without my friends, and it's just, I don't know, it's more like it's almost like a craving, like I need them. Yeah. But it's just like knowing that you have love that's not, I don't know, because I feel like with your family, the love is, I don't know, it's unconditional, it's supposed to happen. Yes. You're obliged to it. Yeah. Whereas like with friends, it's like, oh, these people actually love and care for me. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it's the same love and respect that I have for them as well. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just so comforting. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, I want to message, like, my two best friends. It's like, I need this.
Yeah, for different things you're like, yeah. The one thing I will say is, like, the first week was really hard because, and again, it's all interlinked, but we had a conversation on last episode, I think, where we were saying no one combination of people could substitute mum.
Oh, yeah, no, not 100%.
And also, do you remember me saying that the guy I was with, do you remember I said he really reminds with mum? It feels like I've been sent like a...
I can't remember that.
Anyway, just a lot of the ways that they were as people and that their morals were very similar. But so having that removed, I was like, oh my God, who do I share? So the first week and a half especially, like, was properly just like toughing it out and being like, I could share this with like family I live with, which friends do I call? Like, yeah, they can jump on the phone. Do I send out an alert? But then I've still got to wait like half an hour. And then I'm going to get all of them kind of being like, what the fuck, dude, are you okay? And I don't have the emotional energy to like deal with that. But then, yeah, just having to be like, okay, you're going to have to sit with this for a bit. It's going to feel like shit. Are you going to do some yoga? Are you going to write it out for a bit? Are you going to, you know, I'm still trying to figure it out. It's not, but is in getting over that initial shock of like, I'm alone. And then I was like, no, mate, you're fine. Yeah. It's okay. Having said that, I've had a really sociable by chance like week where I've just seen lots of friends. It's just...
But I think that's important. I just really think it's important. Just getting out, seeing people, reaching out. I mean, reaching out is important anyway, and everyone always says to reach out, but honestly, just reach out.
Yeah, exactly. But weirdly, it's been more just people I know reaching out to me, but they don't know where I'm at. It's just like it's just
I mean, I kind of get that. Good timing. I do have like the occasional text from people. Yeah. Or like it's just one of those when I'm messaging someone and then we're just taking like 3 days to reply to each other, and it's like just a prolonged conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm gonna, in terms of plans, I'm gonna like we're speaking now. I actually haven't edited any of the podcasts yet, so I'm gonna learn to video edit next week. Try and get this out, and then the week after I'm gonna go.
Joys of unemployment.
Literally, if I'm employed. Still applying to jobs a lot. I will make a TikTok video at some point just on like London job No, more just London job stuff and like how many jobs I've applied to, how many I got an interview for, just to like set expectation.
Yeah.
Set expectations for people and like try and help. But yeah, so applying to jobs, doing the video editing, and then also the week after I'm going to go back home and just hang out in Mum's studio because I just want to like paint, draw, etc., just like
I am
express all of this
annoyed
stuff.
about that because I did really want to go back home with you.
You are going to be home at the same time. Oh wait, no, okay.
Not.
What are you doing next week, Bunny?
Oh, next week I'm going to the Alps and hopefully snowboarding, or trying to, attempting to,
Exactly.
which is very, very fun, but it annoyingly falls in line with Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which to be fair, I've just blocked out anyway, and then I just walk past and it's like an advert will be like "Mum," and I'm like, okay, great, thanks. But
I just don't find it that bad.
I don't find it bad.
It's
but I'm just like,
disassociated.
What fucks me off is when people are like, "Oh, I'm going back home for Mother's Day and I'm doing this," and I'm like, "Good for you, good for you, bro. Like you enjoy that." But I honestly just don't really. I see the word and I just don't really care. I genuinely have mentally blocked out the holiday, and for me it will just be like every other day.
Exactly.
But I just, initially I was like, "Oh, I want to spend it with you, and I want to spend like a day in the studio just painting or doing some form of art." Whereas I'll probably go home in a couple weeks' time. Yeah. But I don't know if I'd be alone or if you'd come with me.
I can come back. Like, who knows what I'm going to be doing.
Because I don't want to be alone for that.
No, I know.
But yeah, I hope you'll be stronger than me, but I'm not strong enough to just chill.
You're also creating though. Like I've not created in so long.
Yeah.
And I want to paint. I want to get back into it. And I know Bunny's always like, "Oh, that's a bit shit." But like when I practice, I can work back up to something. And I don't think I found my style yet.
Oh no, 100%. You do have a style, but
I just not mastered exactly what it is yet. What? Fuck no. Give me a marker pen and I'm like happy.
But my point is like it also depends on the medium because like I cannot draw with pencil. It has to be pen. Exactly. It has to be a shit biro and it will be really good. Yeah. But like I just can't do pencil drawings.
I'm gonna figure it out. But again, hopefully you guys will see. But for me, for Mother's Day, for work, obviously I've just stopped, but I spent so long pitching out or like thinking, I say pitching out, I've not been on press side for ages. I've been more VIP influencer for like the past couple of months, but half a year, maybe more. But yeah, we've been pitching Mother's Day for like 3 months now. So initially it was quite abrasive and now I'm like, who fucking cares? It's just it's like Christmas, it's like, whatever. But where you're going to be skiing, I'm going to be with family, which is going to be sweet, but it will be hard, but everyone's going to be there.
But my point is I would have very much happily just spent the day of you just doing something random and forgetting about it, whereas like being surrounded by family and they're like, "Oh, it's really hard, oh, it's really sad." I don't want
hopefully
that.
His family, again, Dimitri's family are great, so I'm sure they'll celebrate Mother's Day while being like not making too big a deal.
Yeah, that's exactly how I think it's gonna go.
Yeah. We went to see Ryax yesterday.
Yeah.
Which the performance itself was amazing.
Yeah.
Having said that, it was at the Hammersmith Apollo and I haven't been there before, but the crowd was just a bit dead. And people were recording like nothing else. I thought it was Gen Z, all these millennials, just the whole time.
Yeah, I just think that's just now what concert culture is, unfortunately. To be fair, I didn't even think of it that bad, but that's because the last one that I went to was like a TikTok artist, which was Montel Fish. Yeah. And I expected it to be like 20-year-olds and the whole entire concert was 16-year-olds with their phones up like this.
Which is expected.
But that's expected. Yeah. 16-year-olds.
But not like 30-year-olds. That's
but I also think it was the type of music where people were expecting to just go stand and just listen and absorb him as an artist.
Well, that's how it should be.
But they were doing that through their phones. And they weren't dancing and they weren't feeling the music, and that was kind of the whole point, is that you feel it.
Like it's meant to be a whole spiritual thing, and it's like and he also like he really amped up like the bass and like the danciness in his dance tunes, and he's like there trying to hype everyone up in just like a really organic way.
We were probably like
and like people next to us, we were trying to just like dance, have a good time, and people were kind of looking at us like what? And it's like we weren't drunk or anything, like because I get when it's annoying when people are taking up loads of space. Like we are well seasoned in the festival gig field.
Yeah, we are.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
So we weren't taking up any space. It was just people being like, oh, they're dancing.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's a concert.
That's what Ryan wants.
Yeah.
But pre the gig, so I'd booked the tickets. Bunny knew him long before I did. But anyway.
Yeah, but I'm not like a number one fan, which I do feel guilty about for like having tickets.
Bunny has this whole thing of like you have to be a massive fan to see an artist. I disagree completely. Like I've dated people in music, and the new people are just as important as like the old season fans. You know, like how do people grow? Anyway, I discovered him more recently. I just found with grief, just like it really just felt when I couldn't listen to specific genres of music because it felt weird. Like it just really helped. Where am I going with this? Yeah, so I booked the tickets. Bunny's like, great, I've loved him for a while.
Yeah, I'll come with.
Then I get a couple months after like an email for like a pre-show meditation workshop thing, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do this. So I book us on. I tell Bunny thinking she's gonna be super psyched, and you're like, fine. So I was like, God, for fuck's sake. Anyway,
I was more like, this girl's gonna drag me to a yoga studio. Do I look like I do fucking yoga? No. And I was like, oh God, I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of hippies, and I'm just gonna be there like, okay, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah.
While she's saying this, we had this discussion, and then I hadn't spoken about the whole gig for ages.
Yeah.
And then obviously like this week had to arrange it last minute. You had deadlines. Like it was I literally gave her, I was like, you need to be here by this time so we can leave.
That's all I got.
Because I get you. Yep. We're synced now. So she gets here, yeah. And then we like on the way there, so it was at like a yoga studio. Fucking hell, Yoda studio. It was at a yoga studio in like Notting Hill area, which I know from like I used to work in the area. And yeah, we're like walking there and Bunny's like, oh wow, like is this where the gig is? I'm like, no mate, the gig's in Hammersmith. So then you're like,
yeah, in my mind it was like it was going to be at the concert place, and then he was going to be like, everyone sit down and do some yoga. But it wasn't. It was in an actual private studio. Like, ooh.
So there must have been like 30 to 50 of us. I don't want to spend too long in this episode talking about it.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to get through.
It is kind of important in the grief sense.
Yeah, it was very cool. Like, I booked it thinking this was going to be important for this. Not this, but for us. Anyway, so like and by chance, my old housemate and her brother, who also have lost a parent in their lifetime, they'd booked on as well, which I haven't spoken to her for ages, so it was just like, oh, you're going to this gig too, cool. It's like, do you want to go for drinks before or like just for some food? She's like, oh no, I can't, we've got this meditation thing. I'm like, well, we've got the meditation.
Yeah.
So then I was a bit worried because I was like, oh, if we're both going, how are they going to fit like thousands of people in? But luckily it was, just like 30 to 50 people. But anyway, so we did just some like regular meditation to begin, and then we did some circular breath work, which I haven't done before, but it's the kind where you kind of trip yourself out. I thought it felt a little bit similar to like being on mushrooms. I only microdosed before, but anyway. I've just said that. Can I say that? Okay. Anyway.
Rewind.
We'll think. Circular breath work, which was like, we hadn't done it before, and actually like loads of people in the class we all pretended we'd done it, and then they were like, oh, and I've heard about it before because people do it a lot at festivals now as like an afternoon workshop. And I was like, oh no, like I'm already feeling a bit woozy, I don't want to fall over, because we were sat at this point, but then they were like,
everyone lie down.
I was like, thank God, I can, if I black out, whatever, I'm already lying down. So that was cool, but that was like, it really tingly, like it felt like someone was massaging my head really hard.
I didn't have that, but that's because I didn't think I was doing a right owl, to be fair. But equally that's because I was like, I'm going to die if I continue to do this. It was quite an overwhelming experience. And then because obviously you're breathing just in and out through your mouth, and then we had to pause and hold our breath, and when I was holding my breath I was like, I'm gonna pass out, I'm gonna pass out. I could feel all the blood just in my head, and that's why people had their feet up, obviously. But I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. So then I was like,
no, I was like, I'll just hold it for as long as they say. Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, because I figured what I've heard from people in general is if you're fainting, that it just blacks out like this. So I was like, okay, I'll do it based on that. And they were like, when the time's coming, then think about breathing out. And I was like, is it going to be a big thing that I know? Am I going to just black out? But anyway, I really tested it, and it was fun. Anyway, so we get to the third act, and we had to look each other in the. So first it's look to someone that you know. Excuse my ugly white socks. And like face each other.
Yeah. Like for a long time.
And you can't speak, and you're trying to just maintain eye contact. And we did it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, through the whole breathing exercise, at the end, they were like, if you need to cry, cry. And I was like, I'm not fucking crying. And then I realised I had like tears gently falling, and I was like, fuck's sake, why? And the thing is, I have been like emotionally blocked anyway.
Because you've been working. It literally goes back to what we said earlier.
Yeah, but it gets to the point where like I want to cry, and I'm just like, I've got fucking nothing in me, and I need that release, and I just can't find it. So like, when I do cry, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna dwell in this for hours. But yeah, I kind of turned on my side, and I was like, I'm not gonna cry. And then they were like, sit opposite the person that you came with, or someone that you love, and me and you were just staring into each other's soul. And then bam, I'm just fucking streaming tears, and I just can't stop crying. And then I just see your lip going, and I'm like, oh god, and you're just grabbing onto me.
I was like grabbing her knees, and he said don't speak, but I was like, it's okay, because I'm like, I've just brought her to this space that she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She's like meditating, doing all this stuff. And also because she kept laughing because she was feeling awkward, I was worried that she kept breaking, because it was really intense. Like I do yoga, and I have dabbled like once or twice in meditation. But
whereas I don't do any form of meditation because I can't focus. So like...
Yeah. So I was trying to check in, and then obviously it was because you were really like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think because I didn't know how to react, I was just between laughing and crying.
It's kind of normal. That makes sense.
Which is normal, but like... That first moment where I was crying, I was so sad. And literally everything was just coming up.
It was
like,
a lot.
It was just needed to come up and out, and it was just poof. So I was just crying into your face, and then I couldn't see, and apparently I just had, what were you saying?
It was just black. It was really dramatic, just black tears running down her face.
Because I turned up with my eyeliner on, but I couldn't see. So I was looking at you, but my vision was going like foggy, and I was just staring at you.
Insane. But I mean, loads of people were crying about just because it was emotional. It's emotional space. A lot of people were bringing breakups and grief and
dealing with stuff,
which was amazing. It was a really cool space to be in. And then we also did the same exercise again, but with a stranger, which was intense. So weird
but intense. I don't think I'll ever forget it.
No, I will not forget that.
Like, just sitting face to face with a stranger, which felt like 10 minutes, which is probably only about 2.
Yeah, exactly, if that. And then we kind of, like, ran around and did, like, a dancey, feel the music and vibes, man.
Which I just kind of went, I just went
We just went with it. We did some...
Loads of people were, like... Yeah. How I viewed it was, like, white people learn how to dance for the first
literally,
time.
it was like, Bali.
Feel the soul.
Bali vibes.
And I was just there, like...
Yeah, it was funny.
I was just taking the piss a little bit.
But exactly. But anyway, so that was amazing, and like the friends we went with, definitely. Yeah. I mean, what an experience.
It was an amazing experience. Yeah. So, yeah.
But I just like imagine if we'd just done the gig.
It wouldn't have hit the same.
No, at all.
It really would not have. It felt like two different worlds. I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously his music is very spiritual, but the concert did not hit the same as. Being in a room. For context
as well, I forgot. He's on. I can't remember what episode, what podcast it's called. I think it's Know Thyself or Know Thyself, something like that. And there's an episode where Ryx is on it, and they're just having a chat about what his songs mean, his story, all of that stuff. From just that's more what made me want to book the meditation and everything else, because I'd already through grief like found his music, then found this episode about him which I loved. And then, amazing, he's touring again, let's book tickets, then workshop. So from that's how I had an idea that it was like something it was worth investing in, just based on what he was saying in that. That was definitely
the best type of workshop that we could have done.
Yeah.
Because I know that our aunt was trying to recommend us other stuff.
It wouldn't have hit the same, I'm sorry.
And my therapist was like, it was too early. She told me, she was like, I'm glad you didn't come because it was way too early.
No, but also I struggle with... if we'd have just gone to West London for a meditation workshop, enough said, but it was amazing.
I just walked in and I was like, what the fuck have you
That
brought
was
me to?
an invaluable experience. Like, you couldn't put a price on that. So, yeah. Thank you, Rye, for that experience. Oh, and at the end, it was really sweet. He chatted to everyone for a bit. Because we didn't share in the session. I just didn't feel it was... Like, honestly, in the room, it felt like... He kept saying, put out what you were feeling. This sounds so woo-woo. Like, we're both not... We are and aren't in different ways. But anyway. But you could just tell everyone was going through shit. I really didn't feel the need to be like, oh, mum died. Here's an insight. I was like, no. He knows.
Everyone was there for a reason.
Yeah.
And you could, like you were saying, you could feel that.
Yeah,
like there
exactly.
was like, everyone had their own story and that was the whole point. Like he was like, I wanna listen to all you guys and I wanna listen to every person's individual story. Exactly. But the whole point of us being there is that we're all going through something, and like the whole motive was grief. That was and like just they just kept on saying and grief and grief, loss of relationships. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's grief of everything.
Everything. Opportunities you didn't get.
Yeah.
What could have been. Yeah, but so we didn't share an insight. I'm glad we didn't. That would have felt.
I also wouldn't have been able to get it out.
No, exactly.
I'm not that type of person.
But yeah, so everyone kind of got the opportunity to like say bye at the end and chat to him. What did he say to you?
Oh yeah, he was like, "Oh, I love seeing you cry." Yeah. I was like, "Thanks."
So good.
I love seeing me cry too.
It was really sweet. I'm trying to think what else he said. It was just really, really, really sweet. And just like really, I don't know. Yeah, it was just really, it was really special. He was just really great, but like genuinely interested in what we had to say. Gave us time to chat.
Really nice guy.
Like I was really conscious of his time, and he was just really.
We kind of like paused, like we can finish there, and then he was like.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, fine, we'll chat for a bit. But yeah.
Yeah.
Should we close the RIX chapter?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to get the friends that we went with on at some point to talk about their dad because